It's day 15 of the Lion diet for me, and I thought it was a good time to do an update. It's kind of been a bit of a mixed bag so far, and that's why I thought I'd do an update. I think I might try and do a video maybe every day or every couple of days while I'm doing this, just to kind of, I want to keep a track of what's happening with me as well. So what's happening? My energy levels are pretty good. My sleep has been, for the most part, pretty good. I think it's actually been a bit better. It's getting better, mostly. One of the things that's improved as well is way less nasal congestion. So the nasal congestion for me has been a thing for a long time. I'm not sure, don't even know how, maybe forever, I'm not really sure. But it's been heaps better. So that's another thing that's really improved. But then I've had what I think is oxalate dumping symptoms. So I've had a couple of days last week where my skin was really clear and looking really good, and then it just got all shitty. It seems to be this side of my face gets kind of spotty and red patches, which is just going away now. I've just made it red just by touching it here, but I had some red spottiness up here, a few pimples, which had completely gone. I think about Wednesday or so last week, they had completely gone, which was the first time in quite a while that my skin had actually been really clear. So I think that's an oxalate dumping thing. That's what I'm kind of putting it down to. The other thing that's been going on with me, which I think is oxalate dumping, is that I've had kind of really sore muscles in my back. I mentioned it the other day, so across my shoulders and my lower back just generally, but today is starting to feel a bit better, and I think that everything's feeling a little bit better today, and my skin's looking a little bit better, my digestive system's feeling a little bit better today. So I think that it's oxalate dumping that's causing all of these kind of symptoms that have got worse since I've been on the Lion diet, off and on. So it hasn't been consistent, but it's been off and on. I mentioned the other day that I'm taking Berberine. So I've been taking Berberine for 5 days, and the first couple of days was fine, and then I started having lots of grumbling going on in my belly. So I had 2 days last week that I think it was the third and the fourth day after I started taking the Berberine, that my belly just made noise all day and all night for probably about 48 hours. It's just been gurgling and grumbling and just was really bizarre. And every time I woke up during the night, it was still going. And I was just like, I don't really know what's happening here. Something's happening and I don't know what it is. So the diarrhea, so I already had diarrhea, like once I started on the Lion diet after the first couple of days, diarrhea, I think even after the first day, I'm not really sure, the diarrhea kind of kicked it back in again, which was kind of like, oh, not again. But when I started on the Berberine, the diarrhea changed. So there was less, like it wasn't like everything was going through me, but it was lasting longer, and I'd go to the toilet, it's just a little bit, it's just a little bit and a little bit and a little bit, and it's like, I'm not sure what's happening. And so I had one day where I forgot to take my second dose of Berberine, so I only took it in the morning and at night time, because I've been taking 3 doses, so they're 333 milligram doses. And this particular day, I think it was last Thursday, I took only the morning and the evening, and my belly kind of settled down a bit, and I didn't have diarrhea after dinner, I didn't have diarrhea in the morning. So I thought, and then I went back to 3 doses and everything kind of started getting real grumbly again. And then over the weekend, I was eating more regularly, so I was fasting during the week and just eating 1 meal a day in the evening. And then in the weekend, I think Saturday I had 2 meals, lunch and dinner, and then yesterday I had 3 meals, and yesterday my belly just grumbled all day, and I was backwards and forwards to the toilet. So yesterday I decided to take just 2 doses again, so I took 1 in the morning and 1 at night, and today I'm only going to take 1 dose tonight. So I thought I'll cut it back to 1 dose and see if everything settles down. So right at the moment, over the last probably hour or so, my belly has just settled right down again, and there's no gurgling, no grumbling. I'm going to have something to eat probably about maybe an hour or so, and I'll see what happens after that. I'm just wondering if the berberine dose is too high for me, and that might be a temporary thing, or it might be a ongoing thing. I'm not really sure. So I was going to stop it completely, and then I thought, no, I'll drop down to 1 dose and then see how it goes. The thing that I have noticed with the berberine is that it's really lowered my blood glucose. So normally, to get down under 5 to 4.7, 4.8 or lower, I need to be fasting for at least 17, 18, 20 hours to get down to that low. And yet at night time, I've measured my glucose. Like the other night, I just did 1 meal a day. It was a 1 meal a day, so it must have been Friday maybe. And I had probably close to 1 kilo of meat for dinner, maybe 2 pounds, something like that. Within an hour, my blood glucose was down to 4.7, and that's never happened ever. I monitor my blood glucose lots, and normally it would only go down. It would be like 5.5 at the lowest an hour after eating that much meat. So it's doing a good job there. And the other thing that I'm noticing is that I am dropping weight just about every day at the moment. I don't know whether that's the berberine or whether that's the lion diet or both, but I'm going down about 100, 200 grams a day, which is cool. So I'll do an update. As I said, I'm gonna do some regular updates, and I'm gonna do a video about berberine and show some of the research into it, because there's quite a lot of research. I'm finding that I am feeling a bit calmer with regards to the anxiety sides of things, especially when my belly's settled. I mean, I had a couple of days last week where I just felt amazing. Like I said in my last video, I just felt so good. Like once that grumbliness and everything kind of settles, I just feel really good, and I'm feeling like that again right now, apart from my bit of muscle pain in my back. The rest of me is feeling great, and so I think that it's really helping for the most part, but I'm just wondering if my dose is too high. So watch out for that video coming up on berberine. I just need some time to dig into some research and get some bits together to show on the video. Now, the other thing that I've done today is I've just been and had some more blood tests done. I was going to get them done on Friday, but I couldn't go until about lunchtime on Friday because I had diarrhea all morning. And so by the time it all settled down and I went at lunchtime, the lady at the pathology lab said to me, "Are you fasting?" Because I was getting fasting insulin and glucose done. And I said, yeah, and she asked how long I'd been fasting for, and I said since about 6 o'clock last night. She said it's too long. So it'll just be a waste of money because of the way your blood glucose goes. So I went back this morning and had those blood tests done. So what I had done was fasting glucose, fasting insulin, and I had a lipoproteins electrophoresis spectrum, I'm just reading it off my bit of paper, test. Now I'm not sure whether that was the best test to have had done. I could have got an ApoB done. But when I looked at them both last week, I, for some reason, wasn't sure whether the ApoB did the LDL particle size, and that's what I was after. And so I went for the lipoproteins electrophoresis test, which is more expensive. And then today, when I've come home after having my test done and looking into them again, I've realised that I could have probably just got the ApoB done, and the lipoproteins electrophoresis test, from what I can see, is normally used for research purposes mostly. It's not commonly used by doctors. I'm not sure whether it's just going to be too complicated for what I want. Hopefully not. I'll find out when I get it done, when I get the results back. So the results should be back within the next 2 or 3 days, and I'll do a video updating with the results of those tests. I'm interested to see what my particle size is. I think the difference between the ApoB and the lipoproteins electrophoresis is the ApoB measures LDL particle size, whereas the lipoproteins electrophoresis measures the particle size of all of the cholesterol molecules. So the HDL, the LDL, it measures VLDL as well, I think. So it's kind of a bit more in depth. So yeah, I don't know. I'll find out when I get it, and if I don't understand it, I'll be like, I might have to put it up online and see if someone can decipher it for me. So yeah, so that's where I'm at on day 15 of my lion diet. Apart from that, all is going well. I'm not really missing anything too much. I only had that one day, the first Thursday, which was my day 3. Third day of things is quite often the challenging day, and that was for me when I was really craving something. I don't really know what it was. I was craving something. But yeah, drinking the hot water. I drink hot water with salt, and I drink water, and just eating red meat. All seems to be fine. The only thing is the oxalate dumping, and I'm not sure whether that's what's kind of keeping the diarrhea going, but I'm pretty sure that is playing a fairly big part, and the muscle pain and stuff. So I don't know, I'll just see how it goes. As I said, I really want to do at least the 30 days if I can, and so that I can use it as an elimination diet and start introducing foods one at a time to see how they affect me, and that's kind of my plan at this stage. So yeah, so that's me. If you've got any questions or comments, fire away below. If you like this video and want to see more of what I'm up to, please subscribe and share with anyone that you think might be interested. And I thank you for watching.